It is essential, it is crucial for pastors, Christian educators, professors, seminary leaders to study the Jewish roots of Christian faith. One famous New Testament scholar would begin his class by saying, the first thing you must do to be a good Christian is to kill the Jew that's inside of you. One of his students raised her hand one time and said, do you mean Jesus? Well, obviously, if we don't understand the family of Jesus, if we don't understand his culture, we're going to misunderstand his message. It's crazy that for 2,000 years, Christians have followed a faith in Jesus while rejecting the faith of Jesus. Jesus was not a good Christian who went to church every Sunday. He was loyal to his community. He went to synagogue. He went to the temple. Over and over again, as we read the sacred pages of the New Testament, we read how that he and the Holy Family, as was their custom, would go to the synagogue. So it's spiritually enriching for Christian leaders, pastors, to learn about the roots of their faith and to explore the Jewish culture. Evangelical Christians believe in bearing witness to their faith, what God has done for them. And of course, there's many ways that we bear witness. We bear witness in action. We bear witness by word. I'm kind of reminded of the great Christian missionary, E. Stanley Jones, who worked in India. He knew Gandhi. One time they asked Gandhi, what do you like about Christianity? He said, Jesus. He says, what do you not like about Christianity? He said, Christians, because Christians don't put the teachings of Jesus into practice. I think when we come to dialogue and interaction, we have to come with mutual respect and understanding. We should recognize when we talk about two great traditions of faith, Christianity and Judaism, that there are very sharp differences. And sometimes understanding the differences are even more important than understanding the similarities. But when we come to interfaith dialogue, we're not trying to convert. We are bearing witness. We are sharing our faith, and we're coming to learn and to listen from the Jewish faith. Sometimes we're going to disagree on major points, but I think we can learn to disagree agreeably and to have mutual benefit. I think also at this time, especially, it is important for the Jewish community and the Christian community to cooperate, to join together in common cause for the things that are really important for us, to have a better society, to learn to love and respect one another. And just to be able to listen and interact is a great step in that direction. The social ethics of Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount stressed care for those that were needy. It really opened up this understanding of seeing every person of inestimable value, every person created in the image of God. And I think of the issues of faith, where he said, you've got to have faith. Why do you say, what will we eat? What will we wear? Think of a famous Rabbi Eliezer, who said when he was talking about trusting God to meet your needs in the desert and the manna that came, Rabbi Eliezer said, anyone that has bread in his basket today and says, what will I eat tomorrow? Behold, he is of little faith. And there's that issue of being able to trust God for your daily needs. Jesus spoke of those that were poor, those that were hurting. We have many rabbis. I think this is very much a part of the Jewish tradition. Tzedakah, benevolence, money that is given to help the poor. Jesus said, don't practice giving your benevolence before others that they would see you, but practice it secretly. Think of some in the Jewish tradition that have said maybe the highest form of benevolence is that's done secretly, maybe the type that would enable someone to actually take care of themselves and to do better in their own life. And I think sadly sometimes in the evangelical church there has been the tendency to stress more teaching, proclamation, and not as much of the social action. I really think there's a major shift now in the evangelical churches, as well as other churches, mainline Protestants and the Catholic Church, which have been better in this area, but to be involved more in the community, social action, food banks, AIDS patients, things that are really practical to improve the community. I think those are some common issues that bind the Jewish community and the Christian church together, that they can cooperate with in areas that they really agree and feel like are vital today as a fulfillment of the Sermon on the Mount. When you deal with religious text and people's faith and their traditions, it's a great challenge, because you must be sensitive to the deep faith that people have, and at the same time, the facts of history push you to challenge some traditional beliefs that really need to be reevaluated. And I think in this world where we have too much hatred, too much vitriolic monologue, and not enough genuine dialogue and interaction and listening to one another, it's a real challenge.